thought we were done with all that. You know, in a cold snap, welcome to Indiana. You don't like the weather? Wait a minute. Alright, I just replaced the fuel shutoff. That's pretty standard. I didn't feel any reason to videotape that. Now, let me use my pinky here so you can see. See how easily that pushes? That should be a lot stiffer than that. So we're going to grab the hoist. We're going to raise her up in the air. We're going to take a look and see what's going on under here. And we'll probably even go ahead and clean the grass out for Dimple and change the oil, check the air filter, just go through the regular. I already charged the battery. Let's see, what model is this one. It's a synchro balanced electric start Murray 11 horse Briggs. Let's see what the date code is on this thing. 1980 1980. Now this is another 11 horse that Mr. Blevins had set back for this in the event that that engine let go, and we've yet to test run that one. This little 8 horse, I'm not sure what it came off of. Not done anything with it yet either. So, but that one appears complete. It does. I can't tell if the air filter's in there or not. But that's not what we're looking at. We're looking at this one. This one's got an interesting blade housing lift lever, and then this is how you raise and lower. It's the first time I've ever seen that on a Murray. First time. I was looking for a model tag. Oh, where's the model tag? Yeah. Well, obviously it's a 36-inch cut. I don't see a model tag. But I can guarantee you one thing for absolute sure. It's this model. I know. Quit messing around, Zippo. Oh yeah, cover your ears and we'll slam the hood. Sorry. Let's get her up in the air. Let's see what we've got going on down here with this drive belt clutch system. And I'm going to pull this. Here's your cutting heights, high and low, so I'm assuming that you take the pressure off of it and spin that wheel to adjust it. And I'll probably have to lower it all the way down. But here's your transport position. You just raise it up and move it over into that little notch. Come on, right there. So we'll leave the brake off so it free rolls. We'll just lift it up. I'm ready if you are. Oh, here, we found it. Murray, Ohio manufacturing. Model number 1-36337X18. Data manufacturer 10 of 82. And that motor is an 80. I wonder what year this engine is. I said motor, sorry, engine. Right, get out of the way, horse. I love these engines, they're so light. Come here. Let's see what year you are. Yeah, you guys are coming with me for this ride. This is a 1982. So this is probably the original engine for that Murray, and then he found one that was a couple of years older, maybe in a little bit better shape. So we'll just have to see when we do get to it. Down you go, easy. Thank you. You guys are having fun taking this ride with me, aren't you? Here, hang on. I'll put you right here. That won't work. Let's try it again. There, now I can move everything back without you guys having to get jostled all over everywhere. There we go. Really got to pack things in, you know. We don't know if we need that belt or not. I will certainly take a good close look at the belt that's under there. And if it looks like it needs replaced, we'll go ahead and replace it. So, enough procrastinating. Let's get her hauled up in here. Okay, let's get a look up under here. I see, here's our, let me get the camera clamped down and I'll show you guys where the spring is. Just a second here. Find a good spot, maybe. Come on. Cooperate. Are you looking at it? Yeah, sorta. Okay. Alright. Let me get a pointer. Okay. Our spring is right here. Okay. Let me get you down a little lower and face it up some so maybe you can see it then. Can we see it now? Really? Come on. Anyway, that's our tension spring right there. And it's pretty weak. It's quite weak. Weaker than I would care for it to be. So we're gonna search through the springs that I have. I'll show you guys out here. And looking at the belt looks great. I don't see any cracks in the belt whatsoever. No chafing. So the belt looks really good. We don't have to worry about changing it. And the same thing with the deck belt. The deck, they both look just fabulous. But right here is the spring that we're talking about. So I'm going to pop that spring off and see if I can find a shorter spring or a spring of reasonable similarity but a heavier coil. So there's, I mean, because that takes almost nothing. There's no way for the belt to jump off. The guides are all in place. Mr. Blevins took care of his machine, which I would expect him to do. So let me see if I'll get that spring out and we'll take a look at it and we'll go to the rest of my springs, see if we can't compare and get a suitable replacement. So hang on. Alright, let's see if our spring grabber can get in there and get a hold of that spring. I may need to coax it out a little bit so that I can get the spring grabber on it. There we go. That's all we need. Just enough room to get our hook in there. Pull it back. Oh, now we can't let go of it. There we go. That was noisy. Oh yeah, cover your ears. Let me find it here. There it is. Okay. Now I gotta see which side it comes off of. That side. Oh, I've got a bird in here that's stuck. Oh, it just got out. That's funny. Oh, I dropped it into the great abyss. Okay, we have our spring. There's our spring. And it's kind of a medium duty. I don't think I'm going to find what I need in here. I mean, this one's heavier and it's about the same length. Let me just do a little pull test here. Let me find a place to mount you guys. So there's not as many coils on it. It's got a long straight out on it there. In the view? Yeah. Okay, I'll get my spring hook. I'm just going to give it a tug. I've got a good bit of distance I can pull that also, so that may be a winner. We'll see. Oh yeah, this one's much easier to pull. So let's give this one a shot and see how it goes. Let me get back over there. Well, hey, I forgot you guys were there. I got the spring on, and it was a little bit of a struggle, but not too bad. But now, it hurts, but now we have nice, good, strong return pedal spring, as opposed to this one, which, I mean, things over time, you got to figure this is what, 41 years old, or excuse me, 39 years old. Things get tired, and when they get tired, just like automotive springs, they don't retain 100% of their factory original spring tension. Over time they fatigue. Well, that spring obviously had managed to fatigue. So all we've got left to do is a little bit of grass cleanup. We'll pop the blades off and go ahead and sharpen the blades. In fact, we can take a look at them. You want to do that? Let's do that. Let's take a look at the blades. Not much broccoli under here. Yeah, I figured he's got gator blades on here, and they've got real good edges on them. But this one looks bent. Let's see here. You guys can watch with me. It may or may not be. You see right where it's at, right here. Let's spin it around. Nope, it's good. And come back over here. Yeah, these were put on very recently. And like I said, not much broccoli up under here, just a little bit here. We may knock that off, and then little grass catcher areas. There's always grass catcher areas on these. I've never seen one seal up real good and tight before, but we'll get that cleaned up. This is a non-oil filter engine, which means it gets straight 30 oil. We don't need to rehash. We don't need to rehash that. And I mean, he's taking good care of it. You can see the grease build up here, and that wheel is spinning great. He even made sure, even without grease fittings, that he kept all of the pivot points lubed. Mr. Blevins was good. He really was. He charged like he was good as well. And before he passed it along to me, he said, now you need to understand, you need to make sure that you charge these people what I'm charging them. It's what they're used to. It's what they're accustomed to. I said, well, what's that? And he said, you know, it's cheaper than the rates that the people at the brick and mortar stores charge. Well, how much is it? It says $60 an hour. Said, you know, they'll get, you know, $15, $20 an hour discount. Okay. Well, I maintain I am not in this for the money. I'm in it to help out. And as a result, I don't charge anywhere near that. So I charge roughly half of what the going rate is for the average place. I'm not talking about John Deere. They ask really, really silly prices. But we'll start it up, take it out in the yard, run it around a bit, make sure everything else is good with it, and get it back to Dimple. So we'll see you guys when it's outside. Alright, and this is exactly what I would expect from Mr. Blevins. Is he knew that his time was coming near, so he made sure that this Murray was completely serviced, and that even goes so far as having a nice brand new air filter in it. So oil change is done. We don't need to sharpen the blades. New fuel shutoff is installed. Guess all we have to do now is take it outside. So we'll get the air filter back on and we'll do that. Alright, everybody put your ears in mute mode. Oh. Start this thing up. Choke. Turn fuel on. First, away we go. Take the deck out of storage. There we go. Ready to go. I'm leaving gear so it doesn't roll away on us. So, here we got it. All put back together. Now, we already know that Ruby is dead, but came out last night because I looked through my office window and noticed that the hood was still up. I thought, well, I'll go close the hood anyway. And I thought, I'm going to give this thing a chance to start. So I threw the jump pack on it, which I'm going to do now. I was going to give it a chance to turn over, I guess I should say. So now we've got our green light. You guys won't believe what it did. Now, it is hurt, okay? But when everything cooled down enough, it gave things enough room, and the engine's already destroyed, so I don't want to hear in the comments, you're making it worse. I'm not making anything worse. Ready? Let's see if it'll do it this time. It started. But it's definitely got a spun bearing, no doubt about it. And it even shows 60 pounds of oil pressure, which is just nuts. So yeah, got a bad one. It's just that easy. Wasn't anything I did. I didn't even get 50 miles put on the thing. But I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect the battery. There we go. Just keep the battery disconnected on it. Put the hood down. So yeah, got a whopping 50 miles out of it before it decided to go bye-bye. But I was surprised that it cranked and started last night. Can I repair that engine? Probably. What's that going to cost? Well, it won't cost as much as a new engine. But then, what's the next problem that's going to creep up, right? We don't know. I would much rather have a good, dependable, lifetime truck, just like, excuse me, Clifford. And Clifford's showing its age. Quarters are starting to rust out on it, but it's still a very dependable truck with what, got 133,000 miles on it, something like that. But I have a gentleman coming over that Miss Dimple referred to me with a snapper push mower. More or less just needs a carb clean out, so we're going to take care of that carb clean out for him. But there you go. There's the there's the Murray all taken care of. And I want to thank everybody. I had a lot of that sucks comments on yesterday's video, or on the last video if this doesn't get posted today. And but then I had a lot of people that were like, wow, you're not even upset. I even got emails. You're not even upset. Well, why get upset? There's nothing you can do about it. It happened. It is a done deal. It's just something I have to deal with. So, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to deal with it. And I'm actually in touch with J&J Auto Wrecking. That is a possibility. I just missed an L31 Vortec V8 5.7 by 3 days. So if I'd have known this engine was bad prior, I could have gotten that engine shipped here, and they're just over in Ohio. I can just go get it. But that would be a complete engine, full wiring harness, computer, the whole 9 yards, absolutely everything. So that would be just merely a pluck this one out, plop that one in, and go. So they have me on their radar. They're going to watch out for an engine, and I can get one a whole lot cheaper that way, and it's complete, and then I can do the work myself. Yank this one out, drop that one in, plug and play. I'm off and running to the races. That's just another option. So that's what we're looking at. But we've went through, got the shop all cleaned up from all the grass and everything. That little strip of sunlight just wouldn't sweep away. I tried and tried and tried. It kept moving on me. It's moving really slow, but it just kept moving on me because a little bit of daylight that comes in here and here. But thus ends it. We're done for this one. What are we going to get into next? We shall see. It may be the 3 tractors coming from Sean. I'll get a hold of him if he's not already seen the last video. I'll email him, let him know he's good to go as far as bringing it out. I do have a couple more neighbors that have gotten a hold of me for their annual service that will be getting done. Machines you have seen before, and machines, one doesn't need anything but just looked at just to make sure that it's okay for this season. And that would be that newer John Deere that my neighbor Donna made the mistake of getting the first free service that cost her, $260 because she had to pay for transport back and forth. So anyway, that's it. It's your friendly neighborhood Zippo. I'm glad you guys hung around with me out here in the shop. I'm getting back at it. Even though I shouldn't have a great attitude, I do. That's just who I am. I'm happy-go-lucky. Crap happens. It just so happened to happen to me. It's 1 in 13. It's unlucky number 13, but we'll get through it. Promise you guys, I will see you on the next one. Later. Did I finish that story over there? I wanted to thank everybody. Everybody was praising me about my attitude about the whole thing. I think I finished. Doesn't do any good to dwell on it. It's already done. Catch you guys on the next one. Later. I'm out of here. Coming to a big screen near you. Next up on the list.